Wait, does that say Civ 6 is $3?
Yes, it does. You know what's even more ridiculous though is that Civ 5 is $12 on the search listing. Is Civ 5 like a better game than Civ 6? Did I miss something?
I think it did better. Like people stuck with it longer, so I think so. Wow, there are some good. Oh my gosh! All right, so I have not seen this section before, but there is a section of the Steam Summer Sale featured deep discounts.
Oh,
and Celeste is $2. The Witcher 3 is $4. Battlefield 5 is $3.50.
How did you find this?
Battlefield 2042 is $6. Like, this is these are actually very good. Frostpunk 1 is $3.
Huh.
That's pretty good.
Wow. Yeah, this reminds me of the old days when they would do the rotating sales. Do you remember those like flash sales they would do on Steam?
Yeah, I do. With the refund policies they have now, it's just not the same. Oh, yeah. Man, Bloons TD6 is $1.40.
I mean, Bloons is a mobile game. Like, it's better at a mobile game.
Castle Crashers is $1.50. Celeste, did I say that one already? $2.
Yeah, you said Celeste.
Man, oh man, I'm gonna have trouble because okay. So do you remember? Let me remind you. Do you remember that a while ago we changed the 2-hour rule to the 2-hour or $2 rule?
I think it was $2 or 2 hours or $5.
Yeah, it was like, I mean, if it's below a certain price, that's going to be tough to, I don't know. I have a lot of those games already, but some of them I don't, and they have good reviews, and I'm resisting.
Yeah, the thing about $2 is like you can have a lot of $2 and it makes a big number.
Yeah, that's how math works. Yeah. Welcome to Pride and Accomplishment. My name is Jason.
And I'm Chris. This is episode 130.
Let's just keep going with this Steam Summer Sale. So I'm calling this year's Steam Summer Sale the 2-hour rule violation season because I may have already violated the 2-hour rule a couple of times.
What? You haven't told me this.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, I think I talked to you about... So before the Steam Summer Sale... Humble Bundle was doing a bundle that I really liked. I have not purchased a straight Humble Bundle in a while. I've been doing, Humble Choice forever.
Right.
But like, I always look at the Humble Bundles, and I actually saw one that I really liked recently and was actually a really good deal. There were like 6 games in there, but there were 3 that I had actually thought about buying or had on my wish list was Ship of Fools, Deliver Us Mars, and the Entropy Center. Mm-hmm. And you could get those plus a bunch of other games for $15. And I was like, the Entropy Center alone is like $30, like not on sale. So I pulled the trigger on that one. I have not played any game in that bundle yet, but I did purchase it.
I also bought that bundle. By the way, Entropy Center is on sale for Steam right now for $8. But
still a deal.
Yeah, it is still a deal. I bought Entropy Center, or that bundle with Entropy Center and Ship of Fools and all that, and I did actually play Entropy Center within, I think, 2 hours of buying it, maybe within a day. I don't know, but it was. I played it, so I claimed the moral high ground here.
Yeah. Okay. Fine. Then Steam Summer Sale going on right now. I have purchased. Now I don't know if it counts because they're both below $5, but I bought Quern because Quern was $5. Mm-hmm. That puzzle game that you liked and played.
Yep.
And I bought Hack Tag. I'm always looking for co-op puzzle solving, trying to get the same high I got during It Takes Two games. I'm always looking for them. And Hack Tag does not have great reviews, but it was $2. Like, come on.
Yeah, I mean, this is mixed reviews on Steam. I don't know about that.
We'll try it. I mean, even if I don't like it, it's less than an ice cream cone,
Well, that's true. Yeah, especially now, with the prices of everything. It's a $10 Big Mac meal at McDonald's. Like,
exactly. So $2 is worth trying, I guess.
I went to the Hack Tag store page, and they have an ad for check out our new co-op horror game. So, if you're really if you're desperate for those co-op games.
No, it's just got a word in there that immediately disqualifies it for me. Sorry.
Yeah.
So you bought the bundle. Have you bought anything from Steam?
I have not bought anything from Steam. I am holding strong at the moment. However, as I look at my cart right now, I have 6 things in it. And they're not all under $5, but 3 of the 6 are under $5, I think. I just added Celeste for $2 because, $2.
For Celeste, I know. Like, it's...
Yeah. I mean, I don't really know much about the game, although I know it's very good. I think I may have bought it for a similar price on the Switch at some point. But now I mostly live at the Steam Deck life. So, I don't know. That one's going to be a little touch and go.
At least for now.
Yeah, well, for now. Until Switch 2. Switch 2, come on. Let's go, Nintendo. Anyway, yes, I also just found a game earlier today called Beltmatic, which is like it's like Shapes or Factorio, right? But instead of using like arbitrary shapes, it uses numbers, like just straight up numbers. So you like mine ones out of the world and then put them on belts. And so the challenges are like, I need 19s now, or I need 75s or whatever. And
boy, they just abstract away the whole game, don't they?
Yeah, it's down to its bare essence. So Beltmatic, I don't know. That one's a maybe. That one we'll see. I really did like Shapes. This one is like $5.59 on sale, down from $6.99 regular price. So it's not like it's expensive to begin with, because it's really just a web, like essentially an HTML5 game.
Right. I have 31 items on my wish list. Of those 31 items, 20... I can't do math. 23 of them are available for sale.
Mm-hmm. Like, and available for sale and on sale?
No, available for sale. Like, not coming soon.
Okay.
And 20 of them are on discount. Of those 20, like, half of them are 40% off or more. I mean, this is a good... Listen, there's been a lot of criticism of the Steam summer sale or the Steam sales. They're like, oh, they're always the same. They're always the same. I think this one... I don't know. I just find that the summer sale always seems to be the best for me. Like, just the way that it works on my wish list. Or maybe it's the best in terms of, like, I'm the most kind of hungry for... I don't know what happened, why it all lines up. But this sale has been particularly hard to stay away from.
I just tallied at my wish list, and mine is a little bit different than yours because I was using it to keep track of all of the things that was coming out in the Summer Games Fest world. I have 59 things on my wish list, but actually half of them, 30 of them, are not out yet. So there's roughly 30 things on my wish list that are actually purchasable, and of those, 23 of them are on sale right now.
The one disappointment, are you ready? The one disappointment that is not on sale is The Farmer was replaced. The game, I think I talked about it.
You definitely sent it to me because it's on my wish list and I see it here and it's not on discount.
It's on early access, so maybe that's why it's not on sale, but it's $7 and it didn't go on sale, and I'm really disappointed by that because if it would have gone on sale, I would have bought it.
Yeah, even if they had done like a 10% sale, so it was, $6.40 or whatever, you'd be like, oh, it's a deal. But those extra 60 cents, that's just too much.
It's just, I'm not paying full price for this game, particularly in early access, but if it would have gone on sale, I would have bought this game.
Yeah, it looks cool. It's on my wish list. It's going to stay there, and we'll see how it goes. Other things that I have on my wish list, everything else is well under $10. But the one thing that is more than $10 is Outer Wilds, and I put the Archaeologist Edition in my cart here. It's sitting at $23, $24. So that one's a little bit pricier, but Outer Wilds, I played a little bit while it was on Game Pass. It's no longer on Game Pass. And it was pretty fun, and I wanted to get more into it. It's just that, like, I played it the last week that it was on Game Pass because it got the, it's leaving. And I was like, oh, I really wanted to play that. So I tried it, and it was good. So now I got to decide if I'm going to buy it. Outer
Wilds is the game I really like. I talk about him a lot. I really like Skill Up on YouTube, who does the reviews and the This Week in Gaming and all that. Outer Wilds is his one game where he says he wishes he could forget it and play it again from scratch, like without remembering that he played it the first time. And that that sentiment really speaks to me, because I always, like, for books or for stories or whatever, I'm always like, oh man, I wish I could experience this for the first time again. And every time I see Outer Wilds go on sale, I'm just like, oh man, is now the time?
Yeah, I don't know. This one could be it. I got to decide. That one I'm going to hold myself to a 2-hour rule on, but I might do it. I really want to play it on the Steam Deck is actually what the answer is here.
I will say the price it is right now is the historical low for Steam. I don't know. That's tempting. You're right. I'll hold myself to the 2-hour rule. You have, and this will wrap it up. We have until July 11th to make these decisions about the Steam summer sale. I have a feeling that my purchasing is not complete, and that I will have more games to share by the end of it that I have purchased and hopefully not violated the 2-hour rule. But we'll see.
Yep, I'm definitely going to buy something. I have not bought anything yet on the Steam sale, so I'll say that now. But by the end of it, I'm pretty sure I will have bought something, especially because I have a $30 Steam gift card kind of burning a hole in my pocket. So, there's that.
I have violated the 2-hour rule so many times this year.
What?
Like, I'm pretty sure every purchase I've made so far has violated the 2-hour rule. I'm trying to think back through. Okay, so this is a mid-year advertisement for our end-of-year video game spending recap. But I'm trying to think back through the purchases that I've made this year, and I can't think of a single one that didn't violate the 2-hour rule, but I can think of at least 4 that did.
Oh, wow.
Now, 2 of them are a little, I don't know. You can tell me if they, but I just talked about 2, Quern and Hacktag, and then the Future Game Show Discovery Humble Bundle. But I also pre-ordered the Guild Wars 2 expansion, and I also pre-ordered the World of Warcraft expansion.
Okay, yeah, I guess pre-orders do sort of catch up in the 2-hour rule, kind of, because I think in general we wanted to not do pre-orders, but like, I don't know. I have very little doubt that you won't log into Guild Wars on the day that thing comes out, and then WoW probably within the week that it comes out. Whether or not you play it much, I don't know, but because they come out like practically the same week, which is
I know,
lunacy.
I'm gonna have to take time off of work,
but like I could see, I predict that you will actually play both of those, and I don't know, I'm kind of willing to give you a pass on those, because they're kind of like more, I mean, in the case of Guild Wars, there's not even a subscription fee, so it's kind of like a subscription to Guild Wars. But
true.
I don't know.
I will say that they've earned it, right? I've put enough hours into both of those games that it, like, does it really count? Because I've put more than hundreds of hours into each game.
Right.
I'm approaching the 2,000 hour mark in Guild Wars. Actually,
oh wow,
yeah. I'm weirdly proud of that.
Cool.
I'm also approaching the 1,000 hour mark in Warframe, and don't let me talk about Warframe because I have so much to say about Warframe, but I don't think we should talk about it today.
I'm going on vacation in a couple weeks. Maybe you just do an episode by yourself about Warframe. You just tell everybody about it.
That's such a good idea, Chris, because TennoCon happens in 2 weeks.
Oh, dear.
Oh, my God. That is such a good idea. I could just ramble about Warframe for like 40 minutes.
Oh, my gosh. I mean, you can do it. That's fine. Like, sure. You could do it. I won't stop you.
Oh, man. Okay. I don't know. Maybe I'll think about that. That I might try some solo recording and just see how it comes out.
Just pretend like you're talking to me, and I'll just be quiet like I would be if you were talking to me, and then it's fine.
I'll just go grab some of your and yeps from previous episode and just throw them in various spots.
I was just going to offer to record you a little track of them, just like randomly. Like I'll just and then wait 5 minutes,
and I'll just put them on a soundboard and I'll play them whenever I want.
Yeah, perfect.
You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, totally. Yeah. I hate it when they do that.
I just need a Chris soundboard so I can solo record a Warframe episode. I love that idea.
Oh dear. Okay. Well, all right. Summer of fun, right? In our last episode, we talked about all of the Summer Games Fest things and all of the announcements and stuff. But we hadn't seen the Nintendo Direct at that point, right? There was a Nintendo Direct on June 18th. And at this point now it's kind of old, right? It's 2.5 weeks old, but there's been some time to kind of digest that and see all the hot takes on the internet and everything else. And this was a surprisingly big Nintendo Direct for something that is in the twilight of the Switch's lifetime. I hope, please, come on.
This is the one where they specifically said we have big announcements, but the Switch 2 is not one of them, right?
Exactly.
The Switch successor, I think, is what they said.
Yeah, they've the successor to the Nintendo Switch. Yes, they tweeted that. They were like, we're going to do this thing tomorrow at whatever time. There will be no information on the Switch successor. It's like, okay, fine.
But you're right. The announcements we got were let me just say, as someone who doesn't play the Switch much, and has watched you continue to be I'll say a decently heavy Switch user compared to me. Like you're buying the latest games, you're playing them. You're honestly like the Mario Wonder. Mm-hmm. You played like the week it came out, right? Like you were on top of it. Mm-hmm. The announcements that came out of this Nintendo Direct on June 18th were very hard hitting. Like there was still a lot. I was like, oh my gosh, they're still really publishing for this platform. And I, in general, before we talk about any of the specifics, am surprised, or maybe you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like in the last 12 months, Nintendo has been very prolific with their first party game, like, releases. I don't know if that just is the feeling I'm getting right now, or if that's actually true. Like they have been scrunched up in kind of the last 12 to 18 months. But I feel like I'm hearing a lot about a lot of games, Nintendo first party, that they're just coming out with more and more and more. And I don't know. I just felt a little surprised by that.
I think you're not wrong, but I also would caveat that with the idea that they are a lot of like remakes and HD remasters and like existing games that they're remaking and putting a fresh coat of paint on and basically porting to the Switch. So like they came out with Super Mario RPG, which is a Super Nintendo game. They just came out with Paper Mario Thousand Year Door, which was an N64 thing. They just came out with Luigi's Mansion 2 HD, which was a GameCube game. So like, yeah, they're coming out with a lot of first party stuff, but it's not new, like brand new games designed for the Switch. They are games that are remakes essentially of previous games that they had on previous systems, which is nothing wrong with that. But
no, but even that, like they had Wonder, they have the Peach game, they have the stuff they have the stuff they announced today. They had they had Legend of Zelda 18 months ago or last summer, right?
Oh yeah, they came up with the Breath of the Wild sequel, whose name I'm forgetting, Tears of the Kingdom.
Was that only a year ago, or was that 2 years ago?
Oh gosh,
I don't even know.
That was, I think, 1 year ago.
Okay, yeah. So like the last 18 months, I feel like have been like a lot.
Yeah, you're right. It has been quite a bit. That's true.
Because they just announced two more things that are coming. You correct me if I'm wrong here, or at least two more things that are coming before the end of the year.
Yeah, we wrote down two things, and I guess they are coming out. If you caveat with coming out this year, then there are two things first party wise, major. But they also talked about a teaser trailer for Metroid Prime 4, which they've been working on for the past decade. So that's still happening and presumably coming to Switch in addition to probably the Switch successor. Oh, and they announced a new Mario Party.
Can I tee in the game? Oh yeah, I forgot. New Mario Party. Can I tee in the game for just 1 second?
Sure. Yeah.
We keep saying the Switch 2 or the Switch successor. Do you think it's just going to be an updated and new version of the Switch?
I think it...
Or do you think it's going to be a totally new, like, handheld-ish type console?
I expect that it will be backwards compatible with Switch games. I'll say that. I think it's probably going to be handheld like the Switch. I bet you can dock it. I don't know that you'll be able to dock it in the same dock that you dock the Switch in today. I think that would be a little bit limiting on the form factor because it has to be that same thickness, which maybe it will be. I never know. I don't know. I think the screen will be a little bit bigger, but I don't think it'll be OLED in the first version, which is really a shame. But because I would pay an extra $100, we've talked about this, but I would pay more money at launch to get a Switch with an OLED, Switch Next with an OLED. But I think it will be a slightly different form factor, but still handheld and still dockable to a TV.
Do you think, and this is all just prediction, do you think the branding will still be Switch in some way, like the Switch U?
I don't think it will be the Switch U because they have kind of burned the U on there.
Yeah,
but,
I know. But
I think that the Super Nintendo Switch would be pretty cool to go back in their heritage. yeah, I mean, Nintendo Switch Plus, I don't know. There's opportunities there. That would be cool.
The Nintendo Switch Pro and the Nintendo Switch, and then the Nintendo Switch Pro Max, and then...
I think that's taken.
Okay, anyway. New Mario Party game, which we didn't really write down, but I am always interested in Mario Party. You wrote down 2 other games from this Nintendo Direct.
Yes. I wrote down the first one, the one they opened the show with, which was Mario and Luigi Brothership, which I guess is like a play on friendship and brotherhood. I don't really know. But it looks like it's a 2.5D platformer with RPG battles, I guess. It looks kind of interesting. I don't know. Looks like it has a little light story and yeah, Mario and Luigi. That's always fun.
What does RPG battle mean? Does that mean turn-based? Like, what does that mean to you?
Yeah, to me that means turn-based.
Okay. Is this an RPG?
I think it is, because I think the Mario and Luigi series was RPG based back in the day.
Okay.
It definitely is a turn-based battle thing based on the screenshots on the buy page, because it has like little HP and you have like little like stuff you do and whatever.
Okay.
So it's very much an RPG.
This is not a remake, right?
No, this is new. This is new. The brothers return for a brand new adventure on the high seas. Maybe that's why they call it Brothership, because they're on a ship. Okay, fine.
That's clever.
And is it though?
I don't know. I think
it's not that clever. It's a little on the nose.
Is this a day one buy for you?
I'm going to say no, because I have enough other RPG stuff going on in the Switch world that I am backlogged on, that I don't need more of that right now. I still haven't beaten Super Mario RPG, which I bought in like October, November, or whatever, which has also prevented me from getting Paper Mario, the Thousand Year Door, which also has come out in like May or so. So I don't need another Mario-related RPG game right now. Plus, I also still have Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. So my RPG
and Final
dance
Fantasy
card is
16.
full. And, well, I never bought Final Fantasy 16 at least. But FF16, I think I'm waiting. At this point, I've passed into the like wait for mega sale, buy it for $15 kind of territory in 5 years.
That's fair. Yeah.
I'm actually, just side note, speaking of big RPGs that are grand, The Witcher 3 I never played, and now it's on sale for $3 or whatever. I'm kind of tempted, but again, too many RPGs.
Yeah, I bought it forever ago. I also have Immortals Phoenix Rising in my backlog, so, you know, plenty in my backlog. And also, have we mentioned God of War Ragnarok that I had started and got a little further and then didn't finish?
Yeah, I've got plenty going on right now. Really, at this point, buying new things has to be like, is this enough to make me give up on the thing I'm currently working on and put it down and do whatever that is right now? Or else I'll just wait, because chances are I won't have played them by the next summer sale. So I'll just wait for that.
Yeah.
So anyway, that was one RPG. And then they announced another RPG, because, you know, we need more of those. Assuming that you consider The Legend of Zelda to be an RPG, they announced The Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom, which looks amazing. This is one that I think I would drop everything and play as soon as it comes out.
This one had an interesting style. It reminded me of I don't know. I can't place it, but it reminded me of another game that they had released recently.
Link's Awakening. It was the Link's Awakening remake.
Is this a continuation or a reversal, or is it Link? I mean, it's Legend of Zelda, right? Obviously, it's the same like lore, but like, are those two games kind of interlinked somehow?
I don't know if they are interlinked. It's definitely the same art style, but I don't think that they are like tied together necessarily. But this looks like they basically took the engine from that and said, let's make a new game on the same engine, which I am all for.
This one was getting a lot of news. Correct me, but I feel like that everyone's been saying this one should be called The Legend of Link, because you play as Zelda. Is that right? That's
correct. You play as Zelda, and she has like a little like wand where she can, I don't know. It's this really cool item copy mechanic where you learn these echoes of objects, and then you can place the objects. So like they show her solving a problem by like, I don't know, taking a copy of like a bed and then putting copies of beds to make stairs up to a different level in an overworld place far away from the bed. Like, it's just such a cool like recipe based, like, oh yeah, I need some stairs here. Let me make some stairs. It's very clever, very creative kind of a game. At first for this kind of like 2D Zelda game.
Yeah, I mean it's like if a Game Boy Pokemon game allowed you to alter your environment.
Exactly. Yes, it's that kind of a thing. This is, I mean, technically it's rendered in 3D, but it is seen from like a 2.5D, not even 2.5D. It's like 2D sort of top down isometric perspective, I guess, kind of. So anyway, it plays like a 2D Zelda game, plays like a Super Nintendo or Game Boy game, and I am 100% here for it. There was a really funny review that said, to your point about the name, the review said, "Your mom will finally be right." When they say, is Zelda winning or whatever? Are you doing good as Zelda?
Oh, jeez.
So that was funny.
When does that one come out?
September 26th. So actually pretty early. And the Mario and Luigi game is November 7th. So this one actually comes out first. Zelda does. So I will be using the Nintendo Switch game voucher system, and I might just pick these both up because you have to do 2 games at a time on that, sort of. So maybe I'll just get them both, but definitely going to get Zelda. And actually, I'd probably get Paper Mario as the other one, if I'm being honest.
Paper Mario was a great game. I played it on the N64. If I had enough time in my life, I would play that game again.
Speaking of having enough time in your life, I had a little bit of time in my gaming life in the last couple of weeks between waiting for some stuff to come out. I was waiting for Riven, the remake of Riven, to come out, which we'll talk about in another episode. But in between that, I was kind of like looking around. I was like, oh, what kind of games do I have to play? And small stuff that doesn't really, not going to get sucked into. So I was returning to Balatro a little bit. I was playing a little bit of Slay the Spire. But then I was playing a bit of Balatro, and I was like, what other games like Balatro are there? So I went to the Balatro Discord, of course, and I looked, and there was some discussion. And there's these people that are like really gatekeeping Balatro, and they're complaining that like people are making games kind of like it. And there are some that are like blatant ripoffs of it, which I do not like or condone. But then they also had another game that they were talking about called Dungeons and Degenerate Gamblers, which is a super interesting take on the Balatro style of game. Have you seen this?
I have not. I'm looking out as you kind of talk about it.
Yeah. So Balatro, right, is a game where you play poker, essentially, right? Where you get 5 cards or you pick 5 cards at a time from a big hand, and you score them with poker hands and all that stuff. Dungeons and Degenerate Gamblers, man, it needs a shorter name, is a blackjack game. So it's, instead of playing poker, you're playing blackjack. And you play against AI opponents, and they play like blackjack dealers do, where they stand at a certain number, and you try to get to 21 without going over. But the thing that makes it a roguelike deck builder is that after every opponent, you get to choose another card to add to your deck, and they have all of these wacky card ideas. This game is actually in not even early access. It's in like you can get a demo mode, and it's supposed to come out sometime this 2024 this year.
I like this. I'm watching the trailer right now, and this hits exactly the same as Balatro.
It really does. I've gotten the demo and I've played it a little bit. And actually the demo is surprisingly like long. Like you can play a lot of rounds of it. It doesn't like artificially block you, I would say. It doesn't quite have the same loop as Balatro. Like it doesn't feel as like I don't know. You can't just like keep going like round after round after round after round. You can play a little bit, like you can do it a little while, and you're like, oh, this is pretty cool. But then I feel like at least I get a little bit like worn out of it quickly compared to Balatro, where I can play it for a while.
This is cool. No, I don't know. Fine. Yeah. But this is
it
cool.
Is, I mean, I will probably buy it.
I'm getting the same feeling now as when you showed me Balatro. So I'm into this. I don't know the car.
Well, this one, I showed you Balatro on the show,
and I bought it on the show. I know. I might download the demo right now. No, this is cool. I like this. I like that you targeted like the style of game. Like you're targeting like casino or poker or card like roguelikes. Like that's what a weird genre, but like that's what you're targeting.
Right. Who would have thought that would be, I mean, I don't even go to actual casinos in real life. Like I'm not like a casino person, but I do kind of like the RNG. I also like the video game-ness of not losing actual money. And yeah, it's a cool a cool concept, right? It's a cool take. I mean, this one you can get the 21 of hearts is one of the cards you can add to your deck, which sounds like a great idea because you're like, oh, I need 21 to win. But if you turn it up as like the second card after you already have some other card, you're going to go over. So it's a really interesting kind of risk reward thing as you go with the building of the deck here. I really haven't figured out if it's better to have more or fewer cards that are over 10 in your deck.
Are you playing against the dealer or are you playing against another person?
I mean,
like another player, like not a actual PvP, but like, are you playing against the dealer like you would in regular blackjack, or are you playing against like another player at the table?
You're playing against like another player at the table because you imagine. So like, if you were going to set this up in real life, what they do is they give you 13 cards, right? They give you all the cards of one suit out of a deck as your starting cards. And then you start to add more cards to it. So you're not playing with a full deck. You're playing with one set of 2 through ace. In your deck, and then it shuffles when you go through. So it's not like real blackjack because it's not like the house is going to always win. They don't want like this one you're supposed to win, unlike real blackjack. So like but it's like as if you and somebody else are kind of like playing like war, where you like flip over a card and like that becomes your blackjack thing, and then you flip over your next card and you can choose when to hit or when to stand, kind of thing. And it has like nice keyboard controls. That's another interesting thing. You push spacebar to hit. Like it's got nice controls too. So anyway, but it's as if you're playing like, you're flipping over and they're flipping over kind of a thing, each hand, and then you discard all of that, and then you shuffle when you need to.
Interesting. I like this. What does the library card do?
Oh, goodness. I don't remember. I haven't played enough of it to like really internalize what because that's the cards are wacky. So like the cards that you add to your deck are actually very similar to the Jokers in Balatro, where they have like weird things that they do.
Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of fun cards in the pictures. There's a library card that gets added to your deck.
Yeah. There's one that's like pick a card that your opponent has played and swap this card for that card. So now they have the swappy card, but you have their card. So like if they play an ace and you want the ace, you can like play your thing and take their ace basically.
There's an index card.
Yeah, lots of card puns. One of them is
this is cool. I like this.
They have one that's like the like a punch card from like a deli. Where when it gets to be a certain number of punches or whatever, it automatically counts as a blackjack.
That's very cool. Okay, I like this. I'm downloading the demo right now.
Go for it. Yeah, that's what we do here on PNA. We show Jason games and he gets sucked in for 3 days.
It's not out yet though, so I can't purchase it. I can't violate the 2 hour rule on this game.
You can't even buy it. Right? This is just a demo.
All right, so let's wrap this up so I can play it. What is there? You found that one. Is there another one that you're going to suck me into next?
I mean, there's one more, but I haven't even played it myself yet. There's a game called Bingle, which is a silly name, and it is a roulette builder. So somebody has taken the concept of a roulette wheel and they have made it into the Balatro style, where you can basically get special spaces for the roulette wheel, if that makes sense. So like you can replace numbers on the roulette with different special things or whatever. People kind of like it. Some people kind of don't like it. Like, I don't know. I haven't really jumped into it yet, but it definitely has a review on its thing. It's early access. It has a review. It says Balatro-likes are becoming a thing, and I'm here for it. And I am also here for it.
Yeah. I like this because like I enjoy the casino. I like. I like the rule, like the aspect of learning games and the rules and learning the statistics of games. And like, I don't like the money. Like, I don't like losing.
Right.
So this is like everything I like about the casino without any of the losing of the money.
Right. Well, and you can change the odds, right? It's like, hey, you can make a deck that's all, 6s if you want or whatever. Like, it gives you kind of that option. Like I'm looking at the video from Bingle and they have like, oh, you can make a wheel where it's like half red and half black, like down the middle instead of alternating. Is that better? I don't know. Cause there's still randomness of the ball and all that stuff. I don't really know how that all goes, but, it's just an interesting concept and I'm tempted.
And they're all the right price too. They're all like $10.
Yeah, Bingle is expensive at $10. I mean, Balatro is at $20, but like it's good. So this one is a little bit of a risk, but I don't know. It might end up in my cart during this sale. We'll see.
Balatro is $15 and currently 10% off. So if you'd like to buy the game that started it all, Steam Summer Sale is here to save the day.
That's right. I currently have $60 worth of stuff in my Steam cart.
Is that higher or lower than when we started the show?
Higher. It's like $15 higher.
Does anyone else out there follow the 2-hour rule? Like, have we inspired other people?
I know that I have definitely like professed it to people in like random Discords that I'm in, like bigger Discords, where people are talking about games like, oh, the Steam Summer Sale's coming, you know, watch your wallets or whatever. And I'm just like, well, my friend and I have this plan where we do this thing called the 2-hour rule. And I'm like real nerd about it. Like, and I try to explain it. And then sometimes people are like, oh yeah, okay, cool. And sometimes people just ignore it.
I hope we are inspiring the world to, again, buy things at full price, support game developers, but buy stuff when you're ready to play it. I have no room to be preaching this right now. But that's what the 2-hour rule kind of encourages. It encourages you to purchase the game when you're ready to play it, not earlier, so that you don't have this huge pile of shame in your Steam library. And you'll end up, even though you'll probably spend more on individual games because you won't buy them necessarily when they are on sale, you will spend less on video games overall.
And we have data to prove that.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Like, you can go back to our game spending episodes, go to the first one where we weren't doing the 2-hour rule or when we had just come up with it or something.
Oh, there were so many regrets.
Yeah. Watch to like the most recent one we did this year. I think all of them were non-regretting purchases.
I had very few regrets this year. Yeah. If any at all.
So 2-hour rule, it works.
2-hour rule, it works. We should change the name of this podcast to the 2-hour rule.
Oh, if we were ever going to do a reboot, I think that's probably what we should do.
There you go. Well, let us know what you're buying, I guess.
Or not buying.
And whether you follow the 2-hour rule or not. You can join our Discord by going to discord.pnapodcast.com.
If you want to find our older episodes or read our show notes where we've got some links to some of these games that we talked about, you can visit our website at pnapodcast.com. That's P, the letter N, the letter A, podcast.com.
The Steam Summer Sale is just a perfect, which is perfect timing to plug our spending game recap episode mid-year, right? Like, it's just, what timing? It's
a gift.
We get reminded of it, and so here I am plugging the every year we have done it 4 years in a row.
Wow.
We have done a spending game recap on what we had spent on video games the previous year. I cannot remember the last episode, but obviously it came out sometime in January. Go look for it. And Chris and I will obviously be doing it again at the end of this year. So we'll look back at this episode and hopefully not regret anything. So, and you can find that all on our website, which Chris just read out, and I don't know how to do because I never do it. But if you're enjoying the show, we would love if you could share this episode or any of our episodes with someone else that might enjoy it as well.
Thanks for listening, everyone. We'll talk to you next time. I looked it up while you were doing that outro, and episode 118 was our previous game spending from 2023. And it also happened to have come out on January 18th. So the episode number and the date that the episode came out were the same thing. It's probably the first time and maybe the last time that ever happens.
And the next one should be what? 118 plus 26?
6-ish, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So we'll be in the 130s or something. No, we're already in the 130s. We'll be in the 145-ish.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that won't work.
We'll have to get to 200.
Yeah, then we can start in February. Sometime in the first 28 episodes, hopefully they come out in February.